Hello, and welcome to finding the area and perimeter on a coordinate plane for 2D shapes. We're going to be looking specifically at squares and rectangles today. So our first vocabulary word we need to make sure we know is area. So area, the formula would be, let's make sure we're writing, is length times width. Okay, so basically, if I have a shape here like this, I am going to multiply this side times this side. So let's write the definition. And remember, whatever I write, you are writing. The amount of space inside a 2D shape. Okay, so I'm specifically talking about the inside here. So that means this space in here. So if I were talking about, say, a bedroom, and I wanted to put carpet down, I would need to solve for the area. Or if I'm talking about a field, all of the grass that's in the inside is your area. Okay, now let's take a look at the next vocabulary word here, perimeter. Perimeter would be so I have a shape right here, or a yard, actually. Here's the fence. The fence is your perimeter. So not the area on the inside, but rather the outside. So the perimeter is the distance added around the outside of a shape. 2D shape. Okay, so you're adding around, so that would be the length plus the length of the other side plus the width plus the width. So you're adding all those sides, like the fenced area. Okay, let's take a look at example 1. We're going to find the perimeter of a rectangle on the coordinate plane with the following coordinates. Okay, when you're doing this, you want to always go back to what you know about the coordinates. There's always an X and the Y. It's always followed that way. So I'm going to start with my X. It is -5 and +6. That's my first point. My next one is -5 and then down -3. My next coordinate is 2, +6. And the next one you can visually kind of see is 2, -3. So there we have our first shape coming together as a rectangle. Oop, I do not know what happened there. Undo. There we go. Okay, so first we're going to solve for area. Area we said earlier, area equals length times width. So I'll have to count all of my things. So we did these other steps that I meant to write. First step, we plot. That's what I did first. Then our next step we're going to do now is count. And our last step would be our calculation with our formula. Okay, so that's our steps. We plotted Now I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if this side is 9, I know that that side's going to be 9. Then up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is the width. So 9 times 7 gives me 63. And you would write units squared. So you always write units squared when you're dealing with area. Okay? Now let's do our perimeter. Our perimeter, we are adding all the sides. I forgot to write this one down here. So if I'm going to add all the sides, it's going to be 9 plus 9 plus the 7 plus the 7, giving me 32 units. Remember, that's just adding up the fence around the shape. Okay? So that would be example 1. Now let's take a look at example 2. We have a new vocabulary word. 3 of the vertices of a triangle are given. Find the 4th vertex. Okay, this word right here, vertex, not vortex, excuse me. Vertex means basically the corner. Okay, so the corner of your shape is your vertex, the point where 2 lines connect. They gave us 3 of them, so let's plot those, because step 1 is always plot. Step 2 will be count. So let's plot first before I move on. -2, up 4. Then we go +5, up 4. Then I have -2, down 4. And I have to solve for the other one. Well, we know we're making a rectangle. Right here it says rectangle. So I know I'm going to have to connect it. And it would make sense that the missing spot would be right here. So that is my 4th vertex, which would be 5, -4. Okay, now we are going to count so we can solve for our area and perimeter. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this side is 8. The top or the bottom, either one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and area. Let's see, area is length times width. And we're doing a rectangle, so it is 8 times 7. That would equal 56 units squared. Okay, and that was my last step here, which I did not write, sorry. That would be to calculate when we did the multiplication part. Calculate. Okay, now it also wants us to solve the perimeter. Let me do another color. Oops. All right, our perimeter, we're adding all the sides. So perimeter, you're adding all the sides. So we're going to say 8 plus the 7 plus another 8 plus another 7. And that would give you 30 units. It would be the 14 plus the 16, and that's my answer. If you have any questions, reach out to your teacher or rewatch the video. Thank you.